Hello, good evening. Today we will be talking about politically correct humour and politically correct ways of life. So listen to me, because I read The Guardian and I'm much better than you, so much better than you, darling. I've been educated properly, I pronounce words properly, my friends are all multiracial, or that's not all, well, white, some whites, but I have a friend from every single race on the planet, and every single country I have a friend. I am politically correct. I think Black lives matter. EDL lives, they don't matter, okay? You can't compare, no, you're not allowed to. Comparing George Floyd to little children at a concert who weren't driving high, they weren't scum, they weren't criminals, they were innocent. You can't compare the two. It's not the same. It's police, because the police is different, because that's in this country that George Floyd was killed in this No, sorry. Oh, sorry, I got mixed up there. No, sorry, he's called in America, sorry. No, Mark Duggan, yes, Mark Duggan, because Mark Duggan, it's in Mark Duggan, he was a lovely guy, really nice guy, he was moving. He was so moving! He was so moving! The drug dealing, he was just drug dealing to get ahead. It's not his fault. He was serving up heroin and crack. He was, but it was because he had children. His children, he had to feed them. It's moving! It's so moving! He had children to feed. You can't compare. You cannot compare Lee Rigby being beheaded on his own streets. You can't compare that to anything else, because it's not the same. It's police. It's because of police. So sorry, I've got out of my character there. Oh, sorry. So today we're going to be learning about how to talk. So I find the best thing to do is to not talk to anybody, because everything is offensive. So the best thing to do is just keep your mouth shut. And all these sayings, they're too racialistically racial. All these sayings, it's not fair. Even like I've said the other day, get the cat. You know, I think there's more than one way to skin a cat. Now, the thing is, I actually have cats. I've had 2 cats in my life. Got a character again then, oh, sorry. I've had 2 cats, and I love cats, and I would never skin a cat, but I just say that because it's a saying, you know, and just because you're saying the saying, it doesn't mean one is doing what one is saying, okay? So, black sheep of the family. I've always said I'm the black sheep of the family. Now, sheep are normally white. Are they not? Are all sheep black? I know you do get black sheep, but they are white. Now, there's a reason for that. It's to do with wool. With the wool, white sheep wool. I know you dye wool and all that, but it's mainly white, isn't it? So black sheep, I don't think that the wool, they don't want it as much, because then they've got to dye it white, or whatever they got to do with it. So that's saying black sheep of the family. It's not saying the black sheep's going to be getting beaten up, he's going to be getting stabbed to death because he's black. It's just saying black sheep of the family. I stick out because I'm not like my family. I'll tell you why. Because all my family, they say they're Welsh, especially the men. They say they're Welsh because they're pussies and they can't fight at all. Like my brother, it's very strange, my brother, because he looks down on emotional men. I've seen him cry on quite a few occasions, and the difference between me and my brother is I cry when people are dying, old people, young people dying. I do get upset sometimes. When my brother was doing cocaine, I cried. First time I found out he was on cocaine, I cried. Fully grown man cried, because I was very upset. In the end, I just had to accept cocaine with him. I just had to accept it. It's part of him, and all his friends do it as well. It's very acceptable. Even some of my old friends, they do it too. It's very acceptable in their little circle, and they're not alone. It's very acceptable. So I just had to accept it, and I ended up doing cocaine with him. In the end, I did, when I just gave in. So anyway, all I'm getting at is, I've really gone off track there as usual. Oh, the Welsh thing. So they all say they're Welsh, my family, because they are scared. They're very scared. They think if they say they're English, somebody's going to jump out of a tree. So my brother's children, so he's got Joshua and we've got Sienna. So I'm guessing they're Welsh as well, or whatever Becky is. Now, what Becky was doing, she's been saying horrible things about my family, about my dead granddad, implying he was Asian. So she's implying this man here, let me just show you. This man here, this lovely, amazing man here, can you see him? My granddad, saying he's Asian, 6'3" Asian, yeah, 6'3" Asian guy. My dad, funny that, Becky, because my dad, he doesn't really look Asian, my father, and my mother's not that side, but my auntie as well, she doesn't look very Asian either. And funnily enough, I met Granddad's sister and from America, and she wasn't Asian either. See, what Becky wouldn't know and give it any time of day and do any research is, this man here lived in Luton in a bungalow on Abigail Close, and the most gorgeous bungalow that you've ever seen. I'm going to come out of character now because I'm talking about Granddad. I don't want to take the piss anymore. So my granddad had the most beautiful garden in Luton. This man here, most amazing garden, had a river Lee was going through it. This garden was so nice that no gardeners, he done it. I'm pointed at me then. He done it himself. That man done the whole garden himself. There was 2 banks. There's this side and that side. The river going through. There's a little bridge pathway that he made all by himself. Done all the garden, done all the paths. He used to and by the way, he used to let us run all around it. He wasn't one of those, get on my grass, how dare you! It wasn't, and it's beautiful, lovely flowers over palm trees, pictures at the back, a lovely concrete swan he made, painted it all himself, all done it himself. Banks, he built the banks, spent so much time, always out there in the garden, so he had darker skin. The thing is, Becky, when I go on holiday, my hair goes really blonde and I go really dark, I go really brown. I burn first and then I go really brown. So I do actually look a bit Asian when I go on holiday. So for Becky to be doing that, it's just so disgusting. So disgusting. I don't know, in our video, the reason she's doing that, unfortunately, is because someone in her family does speed and has done it for a very, very, very long time. That's not my fault. It's not my mum's fault. It's none of our family's fault, Becky. That's between you and your family. If you had a different bloke in the house every other day because your mum was having sex with all these men, that's not my fault and that's not my mother's fault. My mum says you're like a daughter to her, so you need to start treating like her a daughter. You need to get honest about the cocaine and the speed. Your future husband has done cocaine for a very, 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 very long time. I worked out boxing months ago, and it's 14 years I worked out. 14 years he's done cocaine at the weekends. Yeah, and every weekend with that fellow, he's done cocaine. That's why he's getting these headaches. He's getting really bad headaches, and that's why I done the right thing. Kyle kind of slipped up because he told my mum that he's getting headaches. Becky knows about it. They were talking amongst themselves, and then obviously I've heard that, and that's because of cocaine. Because it's like that. It's because my brother hasn't told my mum, and he's still. So these videos, I'm just going to keep doing them. On my other channel, I'll be honest, I've got 4 channels now, right? Now, 2 of them are really fluffy and really nice. One of them, I don't use my face at all. I'm not going to say what I use, but I don't use my face at all. But it's obviously my voice, and I haven't done anything to manipulate the voice, so you can tell it's me. But nobody's worked it out yet. They haven't got as many views, okay? And one of them, I'm just ruthless. I'm even worse than this. I do. I'll be honest. Like, one of them, like, when I'm having a bad day, I tend to do them. So I've got a channel for bad days. I've got a channel for like half days. Then I've got a channel for really fluffy and nice, like Becky and Kyle, like, ooh, like they're, just like Facebook. Ooh, look at me, I've got this, I've got that. Ooh, I've got a doggy. Ooh, a doggy in a weird suit. Won't talk about anything political. No, those children at Manchester, no, I won't mention that. No, we won't talk about that, because if I get upset over little children getting blown to pieces at a concert, I'm a Nazi, I'm racist, I'm idiot, I'm fuggy, I'm just a nasty white supremacist. Getting upset over little children blown at a concert, that's racist. Getting upset over George Floyd, that's moving. That's so moving. It's so moving. That's my catchphrase. Like, I do watch, like, I'm not really, let's get it right, I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a dickhead with a camera. And look, I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. It's just a form of expression. I'm not on Facebook now. I got rid of it because really, don't get me wrong, there were some nice people. There really was. There was good people. Just like Rehab. In Rehab, there were some good people. But unfortunately, Rehab and Facebook, there was tied a lot of jealous people. So fucking jealous. So unbelievably jealous of me. Can you believe it? Look at me. Do I look all that? Look at me. I'm nothing. It's just, I don't know, compared to them. And the thing is, compared to the mates in Luton as well, three mates in Luton, to look at, they're nothing special. One of them, black guy, he does get a lot of birds, but I think what it is, just I'm taller. I'm 6'1", he's about 5'9", 8 or something. It's just because I'm a little bit more sought after. Just a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit more sought after. I mean, the lanky mate, yeah, definitely, I'm well more sought after than him. It's just, look, that's just not my fault. It is not my fault, innit? I say to them, you're winners, man. I should be jealous of you. You're proper winners, man. You got mortgages and all that. You got money and that. You're doing really well, man. You got your own business and all that. You're winners. Don't be so jealous of me because I look better than you. Don't be so jealous of me because I get more attention than you. Take the piss out of me. Oh,
you crying because you're upset because I'm getting more attention? Take the piss out of me for getting emotional. Oh, Kyle, take the piss out of me. Why was you crying? Why weren't you crying when Olivia's brother was starting and you can't? You was crying pasty white shivery. Why was you crying? I thought of so many more. Why was you crying at Liquid nightclub when that guy made you cry? And inside Liquid, I ended up rugby tackling him outside. Why was you crying then, Kyle? Why was you doing that for? Why was you crying when Bloxton slapped you up in the playground? Why was you crying then? I had to sort out. I had to stop him up. Why was that, Kyle? Why did you cry when Tony and Mum was having sex? Remember, you told me, Kyle, on Stockstone Road. You told me this. You regret telling me things now, don't you? When my mum and Tony was having sexual intercourse, which was really inappropriate, I think, next to your room. I think that's disgusting. And my mum's really weird because growing up, everything's dirty. Everything's dirty. As soon as I showed interest in girls, I was dirty. My mum's having sex with my dad, having sexual intercourse. Oh, I was the Immaculate Conception, Mum. Yeah, no. Oh, was it? Well, you was probably asleep. Yeah. Dad probably had sex when you was asleep. No, he must have drugged you. He drugged you. Yes, he did. 3 times in a row, he drugged you. You had sex. You've only had 3 times with Tony Baber as well. No. I think Tony was doing some DIY. Tony, that night when Kyle heard you having sex and cried in Kyle, you cried yourself to sleep. You told me when Kyle cried himself to sleep because he heard you and Tony thought you was having sex. No, Tony was doing DIY at 12 at night. No, he was screwing in a screw. He was, and it was all that, doing all that. Yes, he was. Fucking bullshit. Anyway, that's how they go on. But so a few more, Kyle. You're such a man's man, proper geezer. You know what I mean? Like, you think she's a geezer? Cocaine. That's what that is. I'm telling you, it's cocaine humour. And trust me, Luke, this is Luke Moore telling you this. That cocaine humour, it goes that quick. It goes that quick when an ex-smackhead like me sees you in the flesh. That little cocaine humour goes like that. Goes that quickly. Even a little ex-smackhead like me can scare people, and it goes that quickly. So people like my brother, he really talks down to people. He's got that cocaine banter. He's really cocaine banter, and still until you give it back to him, like I just have then, calling him a fucking little pussy, because he's a little spotty little fucking pussy. That's why you got all those spots as well. Mum, I don't know if you know this, all those spots, remember Kyle's always been spotty. That's from cocaine. That's from years and years of cocaine abuse. Jen noticed it, actually. Jen asked me, why is Kyle always so spotty? She asked me, and I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to tell her, because I'm not like that. But it's come to that point in their life now where you've got to be adults and there's children involved now. So the cocaine thing, until, like I've said, Becky, Collie and Kyle, until I see my mother with these 2 eyes in the flesh, these videos I'm going to be doing them. On my other channel, I'm even more ruthless than this. Okay, now some of them, what I was doing, I was going through and I was deleting some. I went too far, but then I thought, no, hardly anyone's seen it anyway. Fuck it. It's not associated with this channel at all. Yeah, it's a completely different account. Google how it's different. The phone number's different, so they can't really, they'll just get rid of that one. They won't get rid of this one as well, because I was holding back on that one for this sake. But I'm not doing that anymore. It's life, innit? And you get them like that. And then also forums and stuff. It's life. It's just one of those things I want to tell that, but I'm gonna shut up before I go on all night. But it's just, that's what my family are like. They say they're Welsh because they're scared, especially my brother's little pussy. Oh yeah, sorry, I was going back to my brother. All the times he's cried. The reason I'm doing this YouTube is my brother. He thinks he's a tough guy. He thinks he's a hard guy. He thinks he's huff and he's really tough. He looks down at men that cry, but these are all the times he's cried. And most of these were in his adult. Honestly, there was. All in his adulthood. So my brother came round to my house. He'd been cheating on his girlfriend at the time. I won't say who. He was cheating on her with a girl mate, through a mate or something. Someone that she knew, basically. My brother was sleeping around. My brother came round my house. My mate Steve was at the time. Round my house crying. My brother was teary, crying, all panicky. What's the matter? Oh yeah, I was thinking I've got something downstairs. Like, all crying. And don't forget, it was my younger brother. So I'm older, so I treated him like a young son, believe it or not. Treated him like a son. So when my brother's saying, list things you've done for me, I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute. My mate George Gallagher, the lanky fucking bean, jealous cunt, so jealous of me because I can walk to a room and get birds like that and men like that for what to bang like that. He doesn't get no attention at all, takes it out on me, fucking hates me for it. George, that's not my fault. Like I said, you're a winner. You got loads of cash in here. You're a winner, man. Don't be so jealous in my face. Get some plastic surgery done, innit? Get some, fuck off, innit? It's not my fault. Look at my teeth. They're disgusting. Look at my teeth. They're horrible. Why are you jealous of them for, you fucking prick? So anyway, my brother came round my house crying. He thought he had an STI. My brother thought he had an STI. My brother pulled his pants, where's the camera? My brother pulled his pants and trousers down in the kitchen, my kitchen, and I had to look at his penis to reassure him that he didn't. My brother's that fucking thick. He thought, every man has these little ball hair. The hairs you get on your balls. You do get them near your cock as well a little bit. You get it looks like spots, but it's not. I've tried squeezing mine before. No, they're not. And I googled it, and they're not. It's just where the hair follicle comes out. Everyone gets it. It looks like chicken. Like a chicken skin? Look at chickens, they have it. My brother thought he had STI. He thought that was STI. He was crying. Thought, yes, STI.
I had to reassure him he didn't, okay? And by the way, I was never, ever going to mention this, ever. But I'm forced to now, because my brother thinks he's a real tough guy. His mate, Lewis Edwards, was on Facebook reaching out. He's had a bike accident. I think he's in Amsterdam or somewhere. I don't fucking know. I don't know Lewis Edwards that well. We're not pally, but I do like him. Don't get me wrong. He's really my brother's mate, yeah? But all I knew was he was in a foreign country somewhere. I'm pretty sure he's doing his music, just drum bass MC. I didn't know if he's with AMC. I don't think they're not always together. Sometimes they are, but they're not always. So anyway, I got the gist of it. What I got, he was basically in a foreign country. I'm gonna put this back in a minute. In a foreign country, had a bike accident, being knocked off his bike, mountain bike, yeah, hit by a car or a bus, whatever. Who knows? He was in a hospital waiting for an X-ray. Reaching out on Facebook, he's worried. My brother put, yeah, how's the bike? How's the bike? How's the fucking bike? My brother. He's meant to be a page boy. Lewis Edwards is going to be a page boy at my brother's wedding. And my brother's saying, how's the fucking bike? How's the bike? In a foreign country, you've had a bike accident. You've got no family around you. I don't even know what friends he's got around him, yeah? Yeah, I don't know if he had insurance. I don't know if they had insurance, you know. Don't forget, if you ain't got insurance in another country, you're fucked. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's not NHS, so, not, you know, we're lucky like that as a country. That's what pisses you about this country. Everyone's so nasty about this country. We're so fucking good to our own people. Really, the best in the world. The best in the world. So if you hate this country so much, I'm going off tangent here. If you hate this country and so racist, why don't you fuck off? Why are you still here? You don't feel part of England. I've really gone off on that. You don't feel part of England, so that to me says, well, you're somewhere else then. If you don't feel part of England, it's a shame because I want you to feel part of England, but if you're not, that means you belong somewhere else. So your country's so amazing, it's so moving, isn't it? Your country's so amazing, we wouldn't do that in your country. Why are you here? Why are you living here? Why are you living here? It's a bit weird, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that, I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be this and that. Oh, why are you not there? Why are you here? Why are you living here? Anyway, so he had a bike accident. Lewis Edwards, he was on holiday. Or wherever he was, doesn't matter. But he was worried. He was worried. How's the bike? And by the way, he wasn't crying. From what he was a picture, he wasn't crying. He wasn't crying. Nothing to do with that. But it's my brother thinks that, you know, if you're a man, this is the thing, he thinks that. But then, like I said, he hasn't had a fight in his life. Not one fight in his life. I've sorted out all his fights. He's a complete and utter fucking pussy. Complete and utter pussy. And then when I mention stuff that's happened, he doesn't want to mention it. So cut a long story short, we was all at a rave. Thing is, Kyle, Lewis and Edwards remember this, so you might want to ask them because they don't do cocaine every weekend like you do, and their memory's pretty good. So we was at a rave, and basically we just got in there, and then Lewis Edwards knocked someone's drink out. These two guys knocked one of their drinks over. Now they was threatening my brother to get him a drink for some reason. I don't know why. They've turned, and then I come out of the toilet and I switched on. I'm not gonna say what I said, but I switched on these two guys that I didn't know. I was on Smack and Crack at the time, really skinny, and I switched on these two fucking big guys as well. Yeah, they weren't crackheads. They had weight on them. Big guys. I switched on both of them. Yeah, and I said, fuck off, as my brother's not buying you nothing. Fuck off. They left him alone. Lewis Edwards actually says, oh, I'm going to hang around with you tonight, Luke, stay with you. That's what he said. So thanks for that, Lewis. But my brother Carl won't give that any time of day. Because I mentioned it to him, he's like, no. Carl, it's not that embarrassing. So what, man? We've all done embarrassing things. I've done really embarrassing things because, you know, when I was using it, I did some really scummy things, Carl. It's just one of those things, man. You're not a fighter. You're a pussy, innit? It's no big deal, mate. Just look, do what I do. Just have a couple of fights. And what you'll find is you're doing the thing that I used to do, really fearful of violence. You're really fearful of it. Now, the best advice I can give you is just go for it. Don't hold back. You know what people say, yeah, well, you want to do this, you want to fucking come round and you want to like fucking uppercut and then you want to jab him and you want to do this. No. Just go for it. Just start throwing punches. And by the way, this is every time I defended myself is because I've had no choice. I'm not the type of person just to start a fight for no reason. It's always because someone's being nasty, someone's saying something, whatever they're saying, I'm going to look you up and down. I normally say what I fucking see and then it's fight time and then you go for it, and then you just throw as many punches as you can. Just do it. And then, to be honest, I'm quite respectful. If someone goes down, I have my fist ready, and I wait for them to get back up. That's what I do. And really, that in the past has got me in trouble, because with that, I'd knocked someone down before, then his mate come in from behind and punch me from behind. So really, in future, I've got to stomp on his head, and then move back. You know, I would have been better off. But it's just that I'm not that scummy like that. But anyway, Carl, man, don't be such a little pussy boy, innit? You're a fucking little pussy, innit? You're so embarrassed of me, innit? You lot. And George as well. He's the same as you, Carl. You're in the same boat on this one. You and George are really embarrassed about me and my life that I've had. And the thing is, lads, I'm really embarrassed about you because you're such fucking pussies. You're such pussies, innit? That's why, George, you're the same. You don't say you're English as well because you're scared, George. You're a scared fucking lanky bean. That's why you don't say you're English. That's why I got that on my neck, because I ain't scared of no one. I'm not scared of no one. If I have to die, I have to die. It's one of those things. I know in life there's always going to be someone bigger than me, someone tougher than me. It's just life. That's just one of those things. Take your beating like a man. That's why I got that on my neck. So I'm no one like people like George trying to sound racist, didn't it? When I was friends with Alison, I was for 20 years. George, oh, what is it, George? Why didn't you defend Alison in school, George? Why didn't you do it then? Oh, you wasn't tough enough then, was it? Well, how come I managed to do that? How come I managed to defend her when everyone was calling her a crackhead, Enna, George? How come you didn't mention nothing on my Facebook about that, George? You didn't mention nothing about it. How come you didn't mention nothing about me? I'm not going to say that. I was going to say, if you know, how come you didn't mention nothing about Felicia? How come you didn't mention nothing? How come you didn't mention Lisa, the mixed race girl? How come you didn't mention Christabel, the Asian one? How come you didn't mention that, George? How can you mention all the black friends I had and Asian friends I've had, George? Why didn't you mention that, George? Why didn't you mention Alison Holness, me defending her against real racism for how many years? Why didn't you defend that, George? Why didn't you say nothing about that, George? Jealousy is it me? Can you fucking believe it? Some people jealous of me. What the fuck are they seeing? Sometimes I come back and look in my mirror like that. I'm looking in my mirror, thinking, well, why the fuck are people jealous of me? I don't know. Have you seen my teeth? Why you jealous? Why is some people jealous of me? Cause I do my own thing. Oh, fucking it's wrong. Don't be jealous of me. You're such winners, get money. Look at you, you're winners, mortgages, you're so amazing. Don't be jealous of me. Whoa, 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 I'm just picking the pieces up now. I'm hidden somewhere, volunteering, unboxing, doing gym, living, eating well. Any chance I get, I help fucking people. I feed the birds in my garden. I bought a feeding little station. I put bird seeds out. I've been even feeding a hedgehog, doing all nasty things. Whoa, 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 scrubbing graffiti off where I do the gardening for 3 hours last week. Scrubbing off graffiti, not me, but I wanted to do it. It's called giving something back. It's called giving something back. The amount of people that stopped and said yay. The amount of people that stopped and said what a nice thing to do. It made me feel really nice. Oh, oh. I just wanted to do a little singy one because in the past I uploaded one and it's like my singing is it's not that bad. My singing's not that bad. It's just my mum's so embarrassed about it. Mum, it's just not that bad, Mum. Look, it's not. It's jealousy, Mum. And this is why I want to say, Mum. Look, I'm gonna say my sister's heard my. Like what it is. The women in my family got very weird about me finding out I sing. Okay, they got very weird, and even Becky Colley got weird as well about my singing. Finding out that I don't sing in rehab. They were doing a talent show, right? And I'm not being funny. I didn't realise if I could sing or not, and my singing's not that. It's really not that bad. It's not that bad at all. It's not great. I know that. But it's not shit. I can definitely hold a tune 1 billion%. Definitely hold a tune 1 trillion%. And there was a music teacher there. I'm sorry. And he pulled me to a side and said, Luke, he honestly said, I don't say this to everyone, but you do have a good voice there. And what he said to me, you got such a good range. He said he was so impressed. Like, I'd never had singing lessons because he was play guitar and he was a good singer. The guy who they were paying money, by the way, to get him in. It wasn't just a voluntary. Yeah, he was getting paid to do this. Once a week, he'd come in and do it for an hour just to sing and do guitar. He pulled me to a side and he said, you definitely do have something there. You got a good... He was saying I'm boy band. He used to say I was boy band material as well. Yeah, and he was a straight guy as well. Nothing dodgy, nothing gay. Him trying on, just saying you got a boy band look about you and all that. And he was saying you definitely got a voice there. You got a good range. Okay, now I'm not overconfident with my singing. I just enjoy it. I get a buzz from it and I do it. No, honestly, I do it honestly once a week. Okay, once a week I'll do karaoke. Once a week for an hour. Really respectful. Never do it past like 10 at night ever. Really respectful, because, you know, I respect the neighbours. I do all that, and I've been learning guitar, and it makes me feel really good. Anyway, so what? My family were very weird about my singing. Very weird. Not one of them said, oh, yeah, you're not bad at singing, you got a good voice. Not one of them. Well, one of them couldn't do that. They couldn't do it, right? And by the way, I've got no stupid dreams. Nothing. I'm learning guitar. I enjoy it. Down the line, if I carry on learning guitar and learn a bit more about music, I'm down the line. I'm not going to say his name, but what that guy was doing in rehab, I could be doing that. Very easily be doing that. Quite easily. Be teaching people to... It's not even teaching. You're just organising the group to get everyone to sing. Yeah? To get everyone... That's all you're doing. And then you get... There's 3 guitars. We were learning a bit of guitar and stuff. But it was basically... Because there was only one teacher. If 5 people have got guitars and 8 people want to sing, you can't really do the same unless you know how to play guitar. See what I mean? So... like sing anyone could do it. But anyway, I could do that down the line. I could quite do that. I could do that once I'm off my script and everything. I'm starting to reduce now. Once I'm off my script, I can start thinking about things like that, something to aim for. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, my mum was weird. Cassie was weird. Becky was very weird about my singing. So I'm going to say something now. And this is something I really didn't want to say it, but I am going to say it. And if you listen till the end, I'll explain something. So they got very weird about me singing, knowing I sing. My mum watched a video, very weird about it. Really weird. Said I was shit, basically. Said I couldn't sing, I was crap. Mum, I'll look into the camera now. You're right. You're very right to be weird about my singing. All the women in my family, you're right. You're very right. And something I've never wanted to say, but I'm going to say this now. You're right to be weird, because I've had sex on 2 occasions. 2 occasions for my singing, I've got sex. And one of the girls, literally, it's really vulgar. I'm not going to say it, it's a bit vulgar. It's too vulgar, I can't say it. I don't want to say it, but I can't. A girl watched me perform, right, basically. And when we was finished, right, I didn't know she liked me at all. I didn't know. And we was outside having a fag, right? And she basically took my hand. Okay. I can't say it. Oh, I can't say it. I'm going to have to say it. I don't think I can. Oh, I want to say it. I can't. She took my hand and she put it somewhere. Okay, she took my hand and she put it somewhere. And oh, okay, right. Compose yourself, right. Right. She took my hand, she put it somewhere, and she said, "Look what you do to me." She didn't say that. She said something else, but I don't want to say it's too vulgar. She said, "Look what you do to me. You get me something." Oh my god! Oh, and we ended up having sex that night. We ended up having sex. Right from that, I didn't. And I really liked the girl. I didn't know she liked me at all. I didn't have a clue. She said she liked me anyway. And then hearing the singing, it got her something. It got her really something. So this is the thing. It's a very weird thing, isn't it? It's a very weird thing. That's why you've been so weird, family, and the women. That's why you're so. Look, it's so strange. Isn't it a weird thing? Hating my singing because you know it's going to get me sex. You know that, so you hate it. That's just so weird. All you had to say was, you're not bad there. You got a half decent voice there. No, that's all they had to say. They couldn't say that. They couldn't say that. You know what I mean? Just putting me down, making me feel shit. Jealous. That's jealousy, man. That's jealousy. That's knowing that I'm going to get sex out of it. Because I'm sorry, twice. That's 2 times, 2 occasions. One of the girls I didn't know at all. We'd done a performance thing for CGL, and they had people, and it wasn't recovery people, by the way. They had people outside people coming in to watch this performance. Same thing again then. I didn't get sex that night, but I got a phone number, and it led on to sex about a week later, about 4 or 5 days later, when she finished work. When she actually finished work, she spent the night with me instead. The night with me. And she said the same thing when she was watching me. So I'm not going to say it. I want to say it, I can't. When she was watching me, she said the same thing. She was getting a little, I can't say it. The opposite of dry. The opposite of dry. She was getting the opposite of dry. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to finish now because I'm going on. But I just want to tell that all in there. I always try and do inclusive videos. But I want to finish it I want to finish the thing. The jealousy is a real thing. And this is what it is. What it is. If I could understand the hate, I could understand the hate if I was saying every single man and woman on the planet is jealous of me for my look. Every single one is jealous of me. Every single one. I've never said that. I've just said quite a few people are jealous, and honestly, not just men. There's been women jealous of me. That girl in rehab, the big head that I mentioned, she was trying to put me down all the time for no reason at all. Trying to put me down, and the reason she was doing that is because she was jealous. I'm sorry, because I was getting more attention than she was getting. Do you know what I mean? Off straight men. I was getting more attention off straight men than she was. Honestly, there was a guy in rehab actually he was talking to me one-on-one basis, and it did get really a bit awkward actually. It did get a bit uncomfortable, but he was basically saying I made him think of something that he's never done before in his whole life. I was kind of confusing him or about himself. Nothing to do with me. No, it wasn't confusing me because of me, but it was confusing him. He was confused with his body. It's one of those things. I don't think he has been with a man or whatever. It's never happened. But just because he's saying that doesn't mean he's going to go and do it, right? It's just saying that he appreciates my look. And, all I'm doing, I'm sorry, I'm not doing anything. I'm just, doing nothing. It's just me put a bit of gel in my hair. That's it. Do you know what I mean? And I know all my flaws. I know I'm not all that. I know that. You know, you dinner, Muffy. Why are you not eating your dinner?
So it's just one of those things, isn't it? Unfortunately, women were just like go, and like there was a, you know, as a leftist guy, he was the one who told me this girl I was seeing was a prostitute. I didn't know she used to be a prostitute. I kind of want to have a go at him, but at the same time, I really want to thank him if I saw him. I probably want to shake his hand because, you know, I realised that she just weren't the one. I'm sorry, like we've all got a past, but there's certain things, and that's explained why she was so insecure and putting me down about stuff for no reason at all. Like we'd go for a meeting, we'd go do these meetings, and I'm not being funny, like. If I'm going out, even just what for saying, I used to put a jacket on, a leather jacket on, and a shirt, and look all smart. And then she was going around saying, "Someone said you look like Bond." Jealous, jealous. Hattie, Bond is a good-looking guy. They've always been good-looking. They're always good-looking. They're suave. You know, they're like really, like, they look really like on point. You know what I mean? They're handsome guys. So the reason he said that is because that's a compliment. I know you, obviously, I better fill you in because you've probably never had any compliments because you're really plain and you got a big horse head. Do you know what I mean? You dress like a tramp. But, you know, that was a compliment. It's just so weird. She was trying to put me down all the time. I was the best of a bad bunch. I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for nothing. She was going around. Her and this white girl, Lou, was going around saying I was the best of a bad bunch. And these two girls were into black guys. Nothing to do with me. Their choice. They were telling everyone their blacks is their type. That's what they were saying. So I said, oh, you two would say that. You're into black guys. Racist! You're racist! I'm racist for saying I'm not your type because you're into black guys. How's that racist? You're the ones going around saying I'm the best of a bad bunch for no reason at all. And I'm saying, well, you two would say you're into black guys because that's their admission. They're into black guys. But we've all got a type. To be honest, my next girlfriend could be mixed race, could be black, she could be white, Asian. I don't know. I'm not actually like that, believe it or not. If I was walking down the street tomorrow and a mixed race girl comes to me and asks my phone number, I probably would say, yeah, I'll be honest with you, because I'm at a stage now where a relationship, I'm thinking about it more and more now. You know, I can still, just because I'm not 100% where I need to be, doesn't mean that I can't find someone who then can help me get where I need to be. Do you know what I mean? And women do love that honesty, they really do. Oh yeah, and I was saying about, I can go downtown and pull like that. So it's a great advice. I want to finish this. Great advice to lads. If you're, you know, you've had a breakup and you want to get with an ex-bird, you need an ex-bird, or you just want a bird in general. Don't let COVID put you off. Okay. Now I go shopping at Asda's, right? But you can go anywhere, Tesco's, Marks, wherever you want to go. You go food shopping. Don't go once a week. Yeah, I'm not doing this, but I was doing this before. I have done this before, and I did get dates like this way. Go every day. Go every day. So don't do 1 week shopping in one. No. If you want a bird, go every day. Go every day and try and go at the same time. Go at the same sort of time. Yeah, go at the same time. Because what you'll find is you will see the same girls again, right? So when you see them first, don't go straight up to her. This is probably bad advice. This is probably bad advice, but this is what worked for me. So I would see the same girl once a week at the same time, same place. And when I first saw her, I'd smile. I think I see her first, and she didn't see me at all, right? Second time I see her, smiling around. She was with someone. She was actually with family, I think. Smiling. I was smiling. She was smiling back. Blah 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 blah. Saw her again. And then I got the courage to go up to her and start talking. And then one thing led to another. I got a phone number, I got a date out of it. So that's great advice. Honestly, like, don't let the COVID thing put you off. Oh no, it's selfish to get in a relationship because of COVID. No, we can't spread it. Oh, that's fine for people that are having sex right now, isn't it? It's fine for people who've got someone to go home through. Oh, it's fine for them, but they got family, got kids around, they got the wife upstairs, they got all that support. It's fine for them. No, I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't I shouldn't do that. Oh no, I'll get COVID tested. I'll test her. I'll do one of those little COVID test swipe things up her vagina, put it in there, have a look. Yep, we're good to go. We can kiss and have sex now. I don't think so. So don't let that put you off COVID. That's people that are saying that. That's fine. They've got relationships. Honestly, like I said, I'm actually all right. But I'm just giving. I know there are men that struggle with that, and struggle meeting birds. Dating sites are great, but the thing about dating sites is just sex. All they want is sex. That's all they want. And I'm sorry, I'm really not after that. I just want a bird. I don't want sex. I don't want that, because for me, I just can't be a little slut. Like, I really can't be a slag like that. I just get too infatuated on one bird, and I just want that one bird because that's the way I am. So the next one, I want to make sure she's a nice one. So honestly, no, I would not go on dating sites, because I'm sorry to say it, but they are slags. They are. I'm so sorry to say it. They are slags. The men who go on there as well, they're slags. So I'm sorry to say that. Supermarkets better go. Anything. Just getting out and about. Gym is good. My gyms are open. Gym's a great one to go, and you get to see everything on display. So I'm sorry. So that try before you buy and all that, they say. But I'm sorry, those women wear those, is it jeggings and all that? Jeggings, they got really tight bums and all that. And you see, that is another good one. You go at the same time, you'll see the same ones. I haven't got a date through gym. But I have got a lot of attention at gyms in the past. I have got a lot of attentions, and believe it or not, a girl tried it on with me. I was actually with Maria, so I'm this blonde bird, and this fit brunette bird, you know, like Jennifer Lawrence, man, it looked a little bit like her, and I fucking regretted it so much. I was trying to do the thing. No, but I've got a girlfriend, but no, she wasn't even my girl. She just, I'm sorry, she didn't want to commit. She just wanted to, you know, have sex with everyone, and that's just not my thing. I just want one girl. I want to settle down. So she was a little bit of a slag. Unfortunately, she was a nice girl, but a little bit. Not so much a slag. Well, no, a little bit. I'll tell you what put me off of her. Oh, it's such a turn. Having sex, and she started going, fuck my pussy. I was like that. I was just like that. I was just like that. Some lads, that turns them on, but for me, it's not. Because for me, I'm just thinking, oh, God, you've done that with your ex. That's what goes through my head. Like, it doesn't make you feel very special. Fuck me. That just doesn't turn it on. Look, I don't need you to tell me that. I know I've got a big cock, and I know it pleases girls. I don't need you to tell me that you're having a good time. I know by the grunt. You're breathing. That's fine. Yeah, that's just called being human. Even I breathe when I come. Like, I do it. I do that when I come. So that's normal. But saying, fucking my pussy. It's just such a turn off. Like, honestly, like, she done that first time, not the first time we had sex, probably that fifth time we was having sex, she done that, and I went, from that, I swear to God, it just turned me off, really turned me off. It's just such a turn off that, like I said, because I'm thinking, oh, I'm thinking of the fucking bloke who was fucking before, it just really turned me off her, because I like to feel quite, you know, inclusive is the right word. I like to feel, you know, special. I don't want to feel like I'm just a fuck, do you know what I mean? That's all she wanted was fuck. And that's just not my thing. So we didn't work out. It's just one of those things. But supermarkets, lads, do it. Supermarkets, go. If you're that desperate, don't let the COVID thing put you off. Don't. If someone's saying at the moment, you shouldn't date because that's naughty against COVID. No, that's being selfish. Selfish. If we're all going to die, I think people let them have fucking sex, innit? If we're all going to die, yeah, from this COVID shit, I think, yeah, it's all right for you. You can be having sex with your missus before you die, innit? Think about people like me. Oh, that's the thing. I'm going on like an idiot right now. I really don't. But if it happens, it happens. It's one of those things. I'm not going to let COVID put me off. So go supermarkets, go all that. I mean, you could even have your mask. You can have sex with your mask on, yeah? Yeah? Have sex with your mask on. Put COVID condom on. A COVID condom on, right? And then have sex with your pants on. Maybe just undo your fly. So you got a cock out. Maybe a jumper. So you got no skin rubbing against skin. No fluids at all. Yeah, maybe just standing up. So don't lay on it. You be rubbing. Just standing up like this. Just like that kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Do that. Sorted, mate. Yeah, don't let any other dickheads put you off. Yeah, that's selfish because of COVID. You're killing people having a relationship. That's killing. Well, hang on a minute. Your children. You've got children, right? Your children are going out and about, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but I'm sorry. Children are super spreaders of COVID. They're super spreaders. And it's not their fault. Children touch everything. Put everything in their mouths. Children, they do. They touch everything. Everything goes in their mouths. They're touching themselves. They're super spreaders. They're spreading it a lot more. In supermarkets, they're spreading a lot more. To be fair, I haven't seen many kids at supermarkets, but you still do see them. They're super spreaders, man. And they don't have masks on. They don't have gloves on. So they're super spreaders. They don't really die from it, do they? It doesn't really affect them, but they can still spread it. So it's the thing. It's the same thing as well, isn't it? Like, and do you know what? People are still having kids. Oh, you're still getting pregnant, aren't they? Kids are still being born. Oh no, the COVID thing doesn't apply to them. No, it doesn't. No, they're okay. It's okay to produce more children. No, that's not selfish in the COVID crisis. Having sex still, no, with your missus, that's okay. But someone like me who has not having sex hasn't had sex for 3 years, if I want to have sex, that's COVID racial. It's COVID racialness. I'm being racist to COVID. I'm COVID discrimination. COVID discrimination. I'm done anyway. Thanks. If you made it through that, thanks for listening, man. But I thought that might cheer a few people up there. But you know, it might. Who knows? It might not.